Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Rose's Randoms, and today we are going to be talking about chapters 39 through 54 of The Woman in Coach D. So we start with Jenny going to this lake because she received a letter from someone telling her to go to a lake. She fully expects to see Susie there, but she does not see Susie. She in fact sees another girl, and her name is Mia. And this is where we find out that this is Jenny's initiation into a cult. Now, her initiation has to do with a dangerous dare. So she is supposed to go out into a freezing cold lake and swim underneath the ice. And Mia accompanies her, and when she completes this task, she gets up from it and she hears hooting and hollering behind her, and she sees that there are many other people standing there watching her. So she is then taken from this lake onto the property of this cult, and we find out that this name of the cult is called Freedom Cult, and Susie is supposedly the head of this cult. Now, of course, when Jenny gets there, she's like, I want to see Susie. Where's Susie? And they're telling her, oh, it'll happen soon enough. And so she's like, okay, I guess. And so she finds out while she's there that in order to get into this cult, everyone has to complete a dangerous task, dare, initiation type of thing. Okay? And so that was her initiation. And there she also learns that everyone has to have witnesses. And that's one of the reasons why there were a bunch of people standing there watching her, because she needed a bunch of witnesses. And so she is actually meant to be witnessing somebody else's initiation. And this person's initiation, I believe his name is Jared, is to drive a car very recklessly down a road. And so she joins these people, along with Mia, she joins Mia and Jared along with somebody else, I believe. And they go in the car to complete this initiation. And Jenny doesn't really like this. She gets scared, yada, yada, yada. And so eventually this initiation is over. Everyone survives, but Jenny wants to go back home, right? And when she gets back home, she initially goes to her hypnotherapist, Roger, to try and help her recall some of her memory from that night where her and Susie jumped off of this precipice. However, as usual, she can't recall anything. It doesn't work. And so, of course, she's very frustrated and annoyed by this, but she goes home. And she sees Harry and Hannah there, and they greet her, and Hannah tells her, oh, there's this envelope sitting here waiting for you. And so when Hannah tells Jenny this, Jenny obviously has this look of like fear on her face. And so Hannah's like, oh, are you okay? And she's like, no, yeah, I'm fine. So she goes up to her room and she opens this envelope, and in this envelope is a letter from Mia saying for her to come back and meet them at one of the compounds or one of the properties. And so Jenny just is like, okay, we find in the next chapter, she's packing up her things and she's heading on back to this cult. And it's like, you just witnessed all of this craziness and you're still willing to go back there. But I guess her desperation or her need to find out about what happened to Susie and why she's doing all of this is very high. And so I guess that's the reason she goes back. But when she goes back, she meets up with Mia and she meets some of the other cult members there, and it's at a warehouse, which I'm assuming is another one of their properties. And at this warehouse, everybody is drinking, they're doing drugs, and Jenny takes a shot or a drink of spiked whiskey. So not only she's drinking, but she's doing drugs. The whiskey is spiked, right? But she remembers that she's there because she wants to keep a lookout for Susie. So she stops drinking and she decides that she's going to keep her eyes peeled for Susie. Well, she doesn't have to do this for very long, because a couple minutes later, there's a loud bang from everyone. Like everybody bangs their feet on the metal of the chairs as if to signal attention to something or someone. And when Susie looks up, behind the stands of the warehouse, whatever that is, that's what the book says, behind the stands of the warehouse, out comes Susie with another woman. And at first she's like, there's a woman, but the reason she believes it's Susie is because she has the same blue eyes. But she says she doesn't look like how she was on the train when she first saw her at the beginning of the book. This time she looks more put together, and she recognizes her to be Susie, and Susie smiles at her. So now I'm like, okay, so Susie is alive then? Like, so I'm kind of a little bit not disappointed, but I don't know. I feel like this reveal was a little bit lackluster because I kind of thought that maybe like it wasn't actually going to be Susie at this point. And mind you, we are only at chapter 54 and there are 83 chapters to go. There are 83 chapters in this book. Now, I know I said in a previous video the chapters are very short, but you kind of do start to feel it a little bit as the book goes on, and you get to a point where we're like, okay, I think we're gonna reach the climax, so why are there 83 chapters in this book? You know what I mean? But anyways, that is pretty much how chapter 54 ends. And then the next group will be chapter, I guess, 54 through about 70-ish. And we'll probably have 2 more videos on this book, including my review, like my official review of what I thought about the book itself. So yeah, guys, I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please press the subscribe button down below if you like this type of content, and comment what you think is going to happen and what you think about what has happened so far. And if you've read the book, what did you think about this part of the book or this portion of the book? Yeah, guys, anyways, see you later.